Cheers. Welcome everybody to 24 Floors Up Consulting Podcast. And thank you guys for joining us once again this week. And this time our special guest is Candace with her own consulting agency. And we're gonna give the floor to Candace in just a second, but once again, remind you who we are. We're 24 Floors Up Consulting. And if you can see behind me in the camera, we are 24 floors up above downtown Houston. So it's a beautiful city, coming back to the heat and humidity just out of being out of town. So I'm happy to be back. Some people won't believe me, but it's the truth. So
6 hours of driving, and he's still here for the podcast Friday afternoon, almost Friday evening now. I hope you have a beverage, whether that's a Coca-Cola or water or whatever these guys are drinking. So welcome to the 24 Floors Up Consulting. It's a consulting podcast, plus we have a trending technology.
Thanks. And Candace, yes please.
And now
yeah.
Jerry will take his seat again, and we'll
start it over again.
the potatoes of this.
Hey guys, we're real, okay? We're for real, so.
Are we starting from the very beginning on that?
No. We're going. This is raw. This is how podcasts
Raw
work.
and live. There is no this is the no filter zone right here.
Yes.
But yeah, if you could expand a little bit more about the, and no spin, there you go, about how you consult with, on the HR side.
Yeah, so as we know, like with the global market and technology, one of the things that make companies unique is their people and their people resources. And that's really the management of people and how companies use their people resources is what gives companies a competitive advantage. So I help organizations with talent acquisition, so that's finding the right talent, selecting the right talent, creating diverse workforces, so creating inclusive environments and inclusive cultures that people want to be a part of, and particularly top talent. So there's talent, and then there's the talent that companies want to keep and retain and develop. And so I help them with all aspects of that people cycle and within the workforce.
Right.
Very good.
Can you share with us a little bit about the exciting things that you do, with the passion that you bring to the job, but also the challenges that you face, since we're talking about diversity today?
Yeah.
We're here in the Houston market, one of the most diverse metro area in the country. Can you kind of just share a little bit?
Sure. So I am passionate about human resources. I am not a HR professional. I didn't plan on getting into HR. I kind of fell into HR. So I originally started off working at an environmental NGO and started off doing grassroots organizing and community organizing. So my passion was always to bring change through people to create a better society. And got involved in HR through that NGO once I realized that you can really create change when you get to, especially through a company that's mission driven, through people management and human resource management, by ensuring that people are engaged, they're motivated, they're treated well, and they're able to live out the mission of that organization. So I got into HR through that method and I've never looked back. And when you think about it, the majority of people, most of our time is spent at work. So
Right.
I look at my job as consulting with organizations to help them create better organizations, not just for the people that work there who are spending the most of their time there, but also for the communities that they're involved in and that they're impacting.
That's very good. Well, cheers to that.
Absolutely.
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Not really.
It's Mott's.
Come on. So once again, this week is brought to you by Digital Selling Conference and Unbiased Data, who gave me this bottle, who I'm bringing to D-Man Training, who's bringing the bottle to our happy hour here. So as you guys know, most of you know, this is a happy hour that we do, and you're welcome to join us for a virtual drink. So cheers, everybody, and cheers to Candace.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salud, sláinte.
Real quickly,
Can you share with us a little bit about D-Man Training Technologies?
I appreciate
what
that.
you bring?
I was just about to talk about that. Thank you, Patrick. So D-Man Training Technologies, what we do is we focus on sales training and marketing consulting for our clients. What we do is we work to strengthen their skill sets in that it's a very soft skill, like many people believe there are certain nuances to it that it's very difficult to just put down on pen and paper. And a lot of the training is through role plays and such. But what we're, with the onset of digital transformation, we are focusing now on digital selling. That's one of our big focuses. So that's what D-Man Training is about. And what I'd like to do is hand it over to Gary here to tell us a little bit about Unbiased Data.
Sure. Unbiased Data, we're a management consulting company, and it's a data-driven management consulting company. So we have our solutions are all data-driven solutions, and we try to incorporate digital transformation as part of our solutions. And what excites me right now about the HR field, human resources is relying more and more on data. And historically, at least within some companies, it may be more of a just finding people. But with the changes in the work environment, data is a great approach to really track how your employees, their perception of their workplace, and the same way with their clients. So that's what we do. We talk to our clients, we talk to our clients' employees. We have a team of data analysts, and we have a team of business consultants, and we'll collect data and help our clients understand what their employees and their clients really think about their business. And then we'll identify the root cause of their business problems through that data collection, because over a period of time, you can track that data and better understand how it's affecting the performance of their business. We're all about helping companies. We're about not only helping companies, but helping people. So we also have our MBA in a Day boot camp coming up, which is a 1 day a month boot camp, a full day of business content where 10% of the proceeds are going to charity. Like I said, we're focused on people and helping people.
Yeah, we talked about that last week about corporate social responsibility. And I'd like to point out that Gary's going to be donating 10% of the first MBA boot camp in a day to Lemonade Day.
Lemonade Day,
which promotes corporate social responsibility. And Patrick, if you tell us a little bit about the main sponsor of the program. You're representing Digital Selling Conference.
Yes,
so
sir.
If you would tell us a little bit about Digital Selling Conference.
Thank you. And this kind of ties together with Gary's Unbiased Data firm and the D-Man Training Technology, the sales consulting. What we're trying to do is we're trying to help people bridge the gap between digital marketing, where people are gathering leads and passing them on to the sales folks. Now, we're trying to bring people into 2018 and 2019 and beyond. What we're doing is we're basically trying to go where our buyers are at. And basically, they're all online today. I read something earlier today that 67% of the customer journey is all done online now, and 4 billion people are done online now. And that includes not just the B2C people, like the folks on Amazon, where they're going to look and be more informed about their products and the services that they're looking for, but also the B2B people. And the B2B people are individuals too, so you have to treat them as such. And what we're doing is we're allowing people to come to our conference and be more informed about how to approach the new trends of selling, the digital selling, where you go and educate as the salesperson, you educate your buyers as you walk them through the sales process, and you engage with them. And through these strategies that you learn, you'll be able to create a more lasting bond with your customer, from prospect to customer, and a lifelong process of doing business with people. So the conference is tentatively is going to be the day after Valentine's Day. It's going to be a destination. It's going to be in Galveston at the San Luis Hotel and Resort Center, and we're expecting about 300 people to show up, and we're going to have 10 different speakers. These are thought leaders, these are experts in subjects from a little bit of digital marketing, a little bit of digital selling, because we're trying to bring the two together. And so we invite you all to come down, hear from some of the greatest speakers. We can tell you that you're going to walk away with a lot of new strategies to help enable and transform your sales. And that's basically a high-level view of it.
Excellent.
Just to add on that, digitalsellingconference.com has a list of all the speakers so far. We've had a couple more speakers that have been added to that list, and Unbiased Data is actually a sponsor of the event. We're very, very well connected to that event. It's very important to us. So like Patrick was saying, the buyers and clients are a lot more savvy than they used to be. So they're going to be looking for your online presence. So if you're not being proactive with your online presence, you should be. And this is a great way to do that, to where you can help connect and build that relationship online in a more engaging way, instead of just being passive and then the client finding information about you that you may not have thought of. So you should be actively engaging online and have a strong digital presence.
Right.
And
That's awesome. But I think ultimately, you still do have some residue of the old, leadership style on, just, it goes back to me, the core is whether you have faith in people or you fear that if you don't have this control in place, then, people won't act accordingly. And while that's true for some individuals, right, because if they're not in the right roles, they don't have time to fit in the position, you're going to have underperformance. But I think leading more from I want to empower people and build capacity through people, and then handling underperformance in that way is a far different approach than I have to be present and I have to put this rule and policy in place
Right.
to prevent people from underperforming.
Right.
It's two different philosophies. So one is based on believing in people's ability to do well, and the other is fearing that people won't unless you're putting those things in
Right.
place.
so as a consultant, what do you do to encourage organizations to bring out the best in people?
Yeah, so luckily I've, with every client that I've been fortunate enough to work with, and I would say that
Hey,
it's
Sam,
true.
thanks for joining.
I would say that it would
Hey,
be
Jared.
true to just about any organization. I think genuinely organizations want to do right by their people. It's just, how do you go about it? And I say that because every time I'm presented with a new opportunity to work with a client, it's always, we want to create this culture. And I think it truly comes from a genuine place. And for me, because I am in human resources, I get to touch probably every aspect of an employee's life. So anytime I get an opportunity, whether it's hiring someone, developing a leadership program, I just weave that philosophy into it. And it's something that it comes naturally. I don't think organizations have to make a huge shift in the way that they're doing things. I think it's just a belief that is a guiding principle on why you're doing what you're doing, and it comes out naturally, I think, as an outcome.
Yeah.
So, real quickly, I just want to once again say hi to my guys over here. Thanks for joining. We're 24 Floors Up podcasting.
I think Spears is
consulting
laughing
podcast.
at you.
He's laughing at Jared, but he may be laughing at me as well.
We laugh at ourselves.
And I'd like to let you guys. I want you to
Hi.
meet our guest, Candace. Candace, if you just introduce yourself to our
Sure.
friends over here.
Candace McGlenn, I am a talent management consultant with Gifted Works.
Candace, can you tell us briefly where we can find you? What's your website? What different
So
various
I
channels?
am definitely on LinkedIn, so you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm also a Forbes contributor, so I'm from time
Candace.
to time. Candace McGlenn.
McGlenn.
So that's
McGlen.
McGlen.
Okay.
Yes.
So my friends
And
here.
that's Candace with an I.
My friends here are big fans of the Water of Life, and so when they hear, Jared is saying hi,
Hi, Jared.
Candace. So the Water of Life, and so most of the not most, but many of the whiskeys that are out there that come out from Scotland have the prefix Glen,
Mm-hmm.
which means hill, if you guys don't know.
Oh, didn't know
Yeah, yeah.
Candace McHill.
I climb hills.
Well,
Hey, he's saying cheers.
And that was that. Is there anything other than LinkedIn? You have on any other platforms?
Yeah, you can also find me on www.giftitworks.org. It's the website.
Giftedworks.org.
Email me at CandaceMcGlenn@giftitworks.org if you'd like. And again, but LinkedIn is a very easy way to reach me and find me.
And
that
you
way.
specialize in the construction industry? Is that,
I would say so, but again, I don't.
not that we're
limit.
trying to box you in.
Don't box me in.
And guys, we'll have all the information on all the social media platforms, so you can connect with Candace and get to know her a little bit more and what she does in detail.
yeah, I just had a quick question about the. So as you know, I'm just finished my book.
Cheers, man. It's my kind of meeting.
So I just finished my book on business strategy and has a big analytics focus. How is analytics and data affecting human resources?
So I
It's a
would
great question,
say
Gary.
any HR department, any HR leader that really wants to help their business gain an advantage, I think, is going to have some form of analytics and true data science involved in the work that they do. I think historically HR has been a field that is good at defining problems, but not necessarily telling stories behind data to really get to root causes and to really understand how to do those three things that I keep mentioning, which is attract, develop, and retain top talent. And without data, without being able to tell the right story behind data, and without being able to track, you really can't affect a business's bottom line the way that HR should be now. So HR has certainly shifted from being more of a personnel department where you hear complaints and you try to mitigate them and just be mainly compliance focused.
Right.
And then moving to, I hear some people that get into HR say, "Oh, I love people, and that's why I'm in HR." And yes, that's great, but that's really not what it's about. And I think organizations that have strong HR departments that understand the connection between data science and data analytics and human resources to make true decisions that really will help. I mean, because without data, how can you know that you're actually solving
Right.
problems?
Right.
So that relationship, I think, is so strong, and I unfortunately think that HR is one of those fields where there's a lot of potential for more data analytics to be present and be at the forefront of how HR professionals work, for sure. So I can give an example of, again, as I mentioned.
They're asking you to speak up, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, talent is certainly a huge part of an organization's success. So if there's a talent shortage, if an organization is having trouble retaining people, historic reports that I think HR professionals have run is, what's our turnover rate? There's a performance management process that most organizations do on an annual basis, but there's not a lot of data to actually say, when are we losing people? Why are we losing people? And then what are the solutions behind retaining people, the
Right.
people that we want to retain? And, also, how do we find people? Where are we finding people? Where's our success factor? So I think there's definitely a need to look at traditional HR metrics and kind of disrupt those a little bit and really put in some real data science to help with giving those organizations the impact, or HR to give those organizations the difference they need from their people perspective.
Right. I like the word they used, success factors. in my book, I reference it as key performance indicators, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at turnover rates or those end results versus what you should be looking at are those key performance indicators or those success factors that are driving that end result. And that's what the data piece is all about. It's all about voice of the employee, voice of the client, and a lot of times when people think about the success of a business, they're tracking revenue or profit, but revenue or profit's a lag indicator. They're completely ignoring the things that are driving revenue and profit. And so that's, and actually my consulting firm was built.
And that consulting firm is?
Unbiased Data. And it was actually built off of my book. So all of that connects. If you don't have the resources to hire a consulting firm, I highly recommend you get my book. It's the 5 Elements of Strategy, a data-driven approach to strategy. It will be published very soon, in the next week or so.
By who?
It's going to be a self-published book through,
Okay.
through Create Space. It's a lot of very influential people have looked it over and read it.
We'll find the link on your website.
Yeah.
Where can we
And
find all
available
your
on Amazon?
content? What all the different channels that you provide for your?
If you go through GaryLDennis.com, you'll see links to all of my social media platforms. You have YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and then my professional page or my corporate page. The GaryLDennis.com is basically free business strategy content, excluding the online
Educating and engaging with your audience, like we talked about in the conference.
Exactly, and then the corporate website is unbiaseddata.com. So if you want consulting services, that would be the place to go for that.
All right, and we're getting really close to time, so I'm gonna start our close here. And so Gary, appreciate you telling us about that. If you could just put in a word about your MBA in a day as well.
Sure. On August 24th at the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce, we're having a MBA in a day, where it's a full day workshop covering different business topics. If you're looking at starting a business, growing a business, or you just want general business knowledge, I highly recommend you attend. I'm not good at the selfies. I highly recommend you attend MBA in a day, especially if you can't find the time and resources to pursue your MBA, because it's $165 a person up until August 1st, and which is for the quality of speakers that we're going to have there and the content, it'll be well worth your money. And if you're not happy with it, we'll refund your money.
10% of the proceeds
Yep.
are going to go to Lemonade Day, so it's a great way to support that cause as well. And Patrick, if you would tell us a little bit about the main sponsor of this program, Digital Selling Conference.
Right. Again, Digital Selling Conference is, you can find us at digitalsellingconference.com, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, which we're live streaming on right now. It's a one-day conference where we're going to have 10 speakers, thought leaders, experts on various digital selling content, digital marketing content. Digital marketing, again, is where we find leads, and digital selling bridges the gap between there and a conversion. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring more sales and marketing professionals into 2018 and beyond to engage more with the buyer. Where the buyer's at, again, is online now. 67% of that's 2 out of every 3 people, buyers, the customer journey is online. And so the sales folks need to learn more about where and how to educate and engage your customers to increase your conversion. So this is February 15th, 2019. It's in Galveston, Texas at the San Luis Resort and Convention Center. It's a beautiful property. It's got a beautiful pool. But more importantly than that, you're going to be able to network with other folks. You're going to be able to hear the thought leaders, the experts on digital selling content, SEO, content analytics, conversions. And please go to our page and look at some of our content. You'll find some of the information on some of our speakers there. And on any of our channels, please go and let us know what you think, what things that you would like to hear on future pods. We'd like to hear from you. DigitalSellingConference.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Patrick. And also, finally, me representing D-Man Training Technologies, and just want to let you know that we're also one of the sponsors. We're focusing on digital selling. Fits really well into the Digital Selling Conference, and we provide sales training and marketing consulting for our customers.
And Demand Training will be speaking at the MBA in a day. They're going to be talking about the differences between digital marketing and digital selling.
Thanks. Thanks, Gary.
And I guess we want to again thank our guests.
And shout out to Candace.
Thank you.
And once again, Candace, if you would just tell us who you are, the company, and also where our viewers can find you.
Sure. So Candace McGlenn, Gifted Works.
A little louder.
Candace McGlenn with Gifted Works. You can find me on LinkedIn. That's Candace McGlenn, or giftedworks.org.
And she does have a book. What was the title of the book?
Actually, I have to.
Oh, come on, Candace.
Show the wares.
So it's Engage Us Now is the book, and you can find that on Amazon.
Engage Us Now on Amazon.
Engage Us Now.
Yep.
Candace McGlenn on Amazon.
One in.
Right?
And I actually have a copy of the book, and I'm reading it now, and it's very well written.
All right. So, man,
We're at
didn't even
50
think about
minutes,
that.
so-
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Otherwise, we could have done a whole Star Trek geeky
Right.
thing by saying engage and then.
Well, we can geek out next week. And Jerry, why don't you close us out by letting us know where you can find us next week, what time?
All right, next week it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be out of town for work, so
We'll find this. We'll squeeze you in.
yeah. Well, we'll figure out how to do
Good,
this,
yeah.
and we'll let you know. Follow us on all our social media channels: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Find us there, and we'll let you know what the next time, place, and what bat channel we're going to be on. Take care and have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one. Worst case scenario, we'll have a cartoon character representing Jerry here.
I already look like a cartoon character.
We'll have a mannequin
Hey,
sitting
guys,
next to
thanks so
you.
much for joining
All right.
us. Take care.
All right, guys.
Yeah.